Here are the 5 mistakes you're making with your rose plants in fall. And if you don't get on them quickly enough, you might just lose your rose plant forever. The first one is poor watering. We usually see a lot of weather changes in fall, and especially here in California in Zone 10A, we get terrible heat waves. The weather is quite unpredictable. We had a heat wave just 2 weeks ago, and actually we're having one again this week. In the midst of these heat waves, it's really important to keep your roses hydrated. Water them deeply once a day, every day during the heat wave. Most people water their roses superficially, and that is not enough for the deep roots of the rose. As the temperatures start cooling down in fall, you can slow down the watering. In my garden, all my roses are on a drip irrigation system, and I will slow down the watering once we go into fall and eventually into winter. Right now, I water them every day. In the middle of the heat wave, I do it twice a day, but later on in fall, I will start going once in 2 days and then eventually once in 3 days for the rest of the winter. If you're hand watering them, I would recommend watering them once in 3 days in the cool temperatures of fall. Just make sure you're watering them deeply. Cleaning up debris. Cleaning up the debris during fall helps you see the base of the plant better, and you can check whether the plant is diseased or has any pests, or if the canes were damaged due to high winds or rain. It's also important to just remove the debris completely, because if it was harboring any pests or diseases, then you can just take them out. Do not compost this debris because you don't want it rotating back into your garden, especially if there were some kind of diseases on them. Just throw them in the trash so that they don't get back into your garden next season. Delaying pruning. If you notice that some of the canes on your rose are damaged, prune them as soon as you can so that the disease doesn't spread to the rest of the plant. I do my winter pruning here in Zone 10A in Jan, but depending on your zone, you might do it anywhere from November to January. But this pruning is not the actual winter pruning. When I talk about pruning, I'm only talking about taking off the diseased or damaged canes. Even though the pests or diseases are less in fall compared to spring or summer, they can still affect your plant, and it is important to keep a close eye on your plants during the season of fall. I usually take a walk in my garden first thing in the morning as soon as I wake up, or if I don't get time, then last thing in the evening right before I'm going to bed, so that I can take a look at the health of each plant and how they're doing, if there are any new pests on it. That way you can catch these problems quickly and can resolve them with minimal intervention. Over-fertilizing. Going into autumn, it is important to start cutting down on your fertilizing schedule. If you fertilize in autumn, especially late autumn, your roses will still have new growth when the frost sets in, and that can damage the whole plant. If you reduce fertilizing, it will help the plant naturally go into its dormant state as the temperatures start going down, and it will get ready to give you this huge bloom of flowers in the spring. If you would like to grow happy, healthy roses, here is my video on the 7 secrets that I use to grow gorgeous roses in my garden. Thank you everyone, and have an amazing, amazing day. Bye-bye.